Alright, greets peeps. We have a bit of a... Ooh, extremely loud music is what we have a bit of. We have a bit of a situation here, in that save games between, I think it was 1575, and now exactly a century later, have been lost, either in the recording or in the uploading or who knows what. So, despite my best efforts to go through all old files and restore files and do anything I can to get back to where we were in the last game, we are now 1657. Oops. We've now jumped from 1657 to 1675. So it was only 27 years. Come on, maths. 18 years, maybe? Yeah, 18 years. But a lot has happened. We've jumped through, I believe it would have been three of the imperial reforms, including the most interesting one, the HRE swarm, which is probably one of the coolest things that happens in the game, and I can't retrieve the save files, which is a real bummer, because that was the thing I was most excited about. And we did some good work. I mean, I'm coming back to this video now 2 months later, but I remember doing some work with our HRE swarm and having all of these. I believe the next reform that we did, following on from the last video, the last video, so frustrating, was the reform that changed all of the various little parts of the HRE into our direct vassals. So we were able to go to war with people and have 100,000, 120, 200,000 vassal armies just go to work on our enemies, and it was insane. It was an amazing thing. I only did 1 or 2 wars like that, and then I did the next reform, which instantly converted all of the members of the HRE, instantly annexed them, and we all together became the Holy Roman Empire, which is a big old place in this game. You can see that we've got all the way up here, all around. We control basically the entire Baltic. We control down into the Balkans. We control all of North Italy, big chunks of France, the whole shebang. But I can't show you the stuff in between, which was amazing. So it's a real bummer to have to say this, but this is the best I can show you. The last war with Russia, I believe, was a non-event. We likely won. We had plenty of armies and things. Looks like Russia are having a great old time going at Ming and eating through the last of Delhi, or by the looks, control all of the last of Delhi. There's this very strong Persia. It's cool to see a strong Persia. At this point in the IRL timeline, there's a new patch about to drop for Persia, so I'm excited to see Persia become more of a thing. But yeah, I'm really bummed that I didn't get to show you the fun conversions in between that turn the Emperor into the friggin' God Emperor, who just destroys whatever he likes. But Iron Man doesn't keep saving, so I can't jump back and save games. Once videos are uploaded, they're uploaded, and they're not hiding anywhere in the playlist that I was hoping they might be. We just lost them. So it's a bit of a bummer, but let's have a look at the achievements that we got. We ended up with princess in a castle, so we had a female heir in a castle. Grand Duchy, so we ended up with 1,000 development without going above the duchy rank, and we own 200 provinces. But the main thing, which I think is called an emperor in more than name, which was the entire plan of this run, seems to not be showing. Why, I'm not sure. Let me see if I can... I'm just having a look at the Steam window. I don't think that shows up with the way this is recording, but let's... Maybe you're seeing it. Who knows? So at around the time this was unlocked... Oh. Weird. They're not sorted in time order, so I'm having to scout through. Ruina Imperii, maybe we got in this one. A Kaiser, not just a name, was the one that we wanted to do. That was enact all reforms in the HRE, and that's exactly what we did to get to this point. But why it doesn't show up there, I do not know, because it was definitely in this save game that we did it. Wow, only 100 absolutism. Oh, I guess we've done this very early on. Yeah, this game could go on to be beast mode, but I don't really like doing that. I don't have any intention to continue this game. We've got another game we're running at the moment, well, not as I'm recording this, but the one that's live at the minute is the Naples game. We're playing as Naples and seeing if we can do a bunch of these with them. Not a bunch of these, do a couple of these with Naples. Huh. That's a new one that wasn't available at the time, I don't think. Otherwise I would have definitely been trying for that one. Yeah, so anyway, that was the outcome of this. We switched, we did the next reform from the last video, in which we changed all of the members of the HRE to being our direct vassals. Then we did the next one, which was changing them all into us. We all transitioned together into becoming the Holy Roman Empire proper. Let's go through and do the big finish, and we'll have a look at the stats from this game. As I said, it has been 2 months now, so I really can't remember where we got to. Wow, we hadn't even finished our ideas by the time we made this happen. So I think we must have done that in quite good time. I'm not sure what the real good players do, but that seems quite early. Took us 150 years. That's not right. Took us 231 years to do all of the reforms, which is quite good. And we've become a very large HRE. Not very, very large, but a large HRE that would have no trouble curb stomping anybody. We went for influence, economic, aristocratic, innovative, defensive, and espionage ideas. We were at 22, 21, and 20. We had a bunch of provinces. We had a bunch of overextension. Overextension? That seems weird. We must have done some conquering just before this save. Oh, I think the vibe is that you can't do reforms unless you're at peace. You guys all know better than me. I can't tell. And it's been a very long time since I've played this. But I believe that's the case. 99% religious unity. That's nice. Good-sized armies. Good-sized navies. Second largest army in the world. That's interesting. Maybe Russia's slightly larger than us. Maybe Ming's slightly larger than us. That was a big Ming from what I could see in the videos that I was looking at before. Third largest navy. Yep, no surprise. Great Britain will likely have holdings over there and have an almighty army. So we're not even very tough on the rankings. That's quite crazy. It's probably related to institutions or tech level, or who knows, a number of things. But that's extremely low. That's quite strange, given how much we control and how powerful we are. I'm almost tempted to have a look at this game properly now. But I don't have the time right now. Maybe something for the future. Highest income, highest province value, most provinces. Oh, that's right, because I deleted most of the army. That's why. I think if we had our full army, would be massive. And given that we haven't even gone for we haven't gone for quantity, it's no surprise. Aristocratic, yeah, nice, and defensive. Cool. So let's have a look in here at the stats. We played as the HRE, and 0.1% have played that. We had a dude who ran for 46 years, that's a good long stint. 96 of our wars. We had a defeat, that's interesting, I don't really remember that. And it's not often that we end up with a... Well, that's not true. I guess there's a couple where I've had to lose wars, or lost them intentionally, or pieced out early, or what have you. No, defeat's different from piecing out early. Who knows? Lots of people died, and lots of our guys died. Almost no ship warfare. That's hardly surprising as a effectively landlocked nation. 57 nations disappeared. That's quite a good stint. We annexed 286. That's a lot. I don't know how other people can be that low. That seems strange. I mean, maybe people don't play it as warlike as I do. I don't know. We lost 15 provinces. Wow. That seems a lot. That seems heaps. 15 provinces. I've got a feeling though that includes giving provinces away, and I imagine we probably did a good amount of that. Yeah, I can see us handing over stuff to vassals, selling stuff off where it was, you know, a smart idea, selling stuff off to Russia or France perhaps early on. Can't really think how else, so it must be selling stuff. 4521, that's a pretty crap legend. That's, I mean, 4-5 is nice, but 2-1 is not. That's pretty strange. I guess the game didn't last very long, and we didn't have very many ideas that tweaked our leader stats, so that's probably why. 63 military leaders, that's cool. Most people played with Catholic, yep. And Sealand was 42. That's one of the Scandinavian ones, if I recall. We had 2 disasters. Oh, well done. Disasters aren't regular for me, so that's kind of fun to see. That would have been interesting. I wonder which ones they were. I'll have to go back and have a look. Or if someone comments, that would be handy. Save me a whole bunch of watching when I've got a whole bunch of playing to do. So that was the HRE run, guys. I'm really sorry again that we lost the intervening period, and I can't retrieve it in any way. I may do another Austria run again in the future, but I can't see it. I may do an HRE run on very hard. I mean, I love playing in the HRE. HRE is my favorite area to play. So I could see it happening again in the future, maybe. If missing out on these intervening videos has been a real bummer, let me know, and I'll see what I can do about doing another one. Maybe doing a very hard run of Austria could be fun, given that this one was on hard. But yeah, thank you for tagging along, having a look. Let us know what you think about doing another Austria run. It's a real possibility. I could see it. I could see it being good fun. At this point, I'm only part way through my first very hard run on Naples. I'm only a couple of videos in, so I could be convinced quite easily if it's something that people wanted to see. So let me know. Come and join me in the Naples campaign. And thanks for watching this one. Apologies one more time, and we'll see you on the next one. Thanks heaps for stopping by. And don't mind me while I flail at the various buttons trying to find the right tab. See you soon.